How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. This has been a long time coming. It's much more delayed than I ever thought it would be, but it's very exciting to be towards the end here. I have my final little list of we have uploaded up to episode 75, gave people a few days, a week, something like that, to have a chance to share things that they felt I should spend time doing before doing the end of the game here. A fair number of things that were suggested are like very minor ways of achieving a singular additional stat boost or like a random item or things. That is like 100% completion territory, and this game is too large for me to invest super heavily in that. But there was plenty here for me to do regardless. And so I'm just going to move through things and try and cross off as many on this list as we can. A few of them, a lot of them, are going to be quite minor. But, you know, we're just going to work our way through and maybe turn up a few things that are, like, notably exciting. I'm actually right now looking for the chef. I met in the rain. That's way back when. Definitely not that guy. Who had like cooking skills or know-how? I guess it's not going to be the letters guy. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be him. But this is specifically, which I talk to him very quickly, see what he's selling. It's not going to be anything that I need, is it? I feel like we've looked through all this before. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. But the Beanstorm. Specifically the Beanstorm over at the Ford factory in the grub. The grub cart, of course. Yes, I somehow walked right past that. Cornelius the hobo from the corn maze. Can I have more cornbread? You bet, although since you ain't strictly speaking a hobo, I need to charge you a little bit for the ingredients. We've got plenty of corn, but the lard and salt and so on are in short supply around here. Totally fair. Homemade cornbread, it's delicious. I can't even joke about it, I just want cornbread. That's, I guess, not... Oh, here's another chef in the corner. It's Beanie from the Junkyard, happily cooking up a pot of beans. You know anything about bean magic? Yeah, you guessed that on account of my name? Well, that and the fact that you mentioned cooking beans. Yeah, I did a bit of bean slinging back in the day. Oh, bean slingers were one of the old classes you could play as in West of Loathing. But there's no money in it since those dang whistles got everywhere. Like whistle dogs? Whistles? Or maybe it just means whistles. Some company went and put little plastic whistles in their cereal boxes. For the kiddies, you know? But the noise the dang things make is the exact noise that makes bean magic go flooey. Flowy? Now they're everywhere. Found one in that junkyard, in fact. Here, you take it. Wash it off before using it. The 5700 hertz whistle, the frequency at which beans stop working. Weird. But also thanks. I genuinely don't know what to make of that. Thank you is, I guess, probably the simplest. Is the Ford factory not? Ford compound. I'm looking for the wrong word, basically. The farm rain picks up something wild, and the open doors of a nearby barn provide the only shelter. You dash inside, and from the rafters hang a gang of gargoyles. Was Goliath among them? I tell you guys, the Gargoyles cartoon was the best. Who drop and block the entrance? Pay up. Shelter ain't free. This here's a B&B. And whether that stand for bed and breakfast or black and blue, that's up to you. That doesn't make any sense. Pay for a bed and breakfast, or get beaten. I'm going to question him first. This here is a black and blue? What's that supposed to mean? You probably mean this is a place where you beat me black and blue, right? This here's a PWI BMB&B? Oh, that made him mad. Prices just went up. Only by 10% though, nothing crazy. I will pay for a bed and breakfast. Okay, what's my breakfast? You got a human bean liver? On the one hand, it's a human liver, so you shouldn't eat it. On the other hand, the human it came from didn't have an actual human brain, so is it really that different than eating the liver of someone who's slightly dumber than usual? What? Is it like, you know, because there's kidney beans? And then this is a human being liver? Like, is that, I think, the joke? But what the hell? Now eat up or go to bed. Well, I'd like to do both, bed and breakfast. It's not bed or breakfast. You know, give me the flexibility, why don't ya? So, beans. Dispel the tumultuous beanstorm. It goes poof in an instant. And inside this little shack, the bunkhouse, maybe the screwdriver is hidden inside these disgusting dirty boots. Why do I need a screwdriver? I kind of forget. You search, but find no screwdriver. Under the rug, you don't find anything. Under these pillows, nope. Oh, I can research things? I not research like one word. Re-search. Maybe the screwdriver in this broken soda machine. I would almost wish that you couldn't search it again so that these prompts stop popping up in each other's way. Stashed inside one of these mattresses. I mean, I'm gonna guess it's in the toolbox, in the sink, blankets, on this messy table, the chair that fell over because the screwdriver was on it and made it too top heavy. Some hobo code is carved into the wall. Foot locker combo 02496. Is that in the bottom here? 02496. Oh, I just used it. Hat's lucky satchel. This satchel has the name Hat embroidered on the side. 50% meat drops. Quite a lot, actually. Oh, and the Jenkins head screwdriver. Instead of being flat like a normal screwdriver, this one has an X-shaped profile. I remember the screwdriver was a thing. Because I remember joking about the difference between Phillips and, like, the idea that someone had just gotten around to inventing it first in this world. Crap. Was there somewhere in here that the screwdriver needed to be used? Yeah. Okay. The break room door is locked. You hear frantic shushing sounds from inside. Speak again. Can you remind me what I need to find so I can let you out? We're locked shut. We need the screwdriver. I'll keep an eye out. All right, perfect. Remove the door. You unscrew the hinges and pull the door out of its frame. A totally unexpected number of employees flood out of the break room and run away. One of them waves and gives you a thumbs up on his way out of the building. The room smells about how you'd expect a bunch of people who've been trapped for days with nothing to eat but beans. So, very fart forward. So you prop the door back up over the entryway as a sort of cork. Okay, cool. Search it? You take a deep breath and search the room as fast as you can. The loose fist bean. The fist of a bean man will get the best of a mean man. 15 damage. Phase bean. This is the average of a soybean and 0 soybeans, but along an axis that doesn't make that just mean half a soybean. Increase mysticality by 1 and damage magical weapons by 4. Rotting soybean. This one's a potion? The level of nastiness in this soybean is high enough that there must be some way to put it to productive use. God wouldn't make a bean so gross that even he couldn't smear it on something. Add 3 poison to a weapon. Wow, that's actually really damn good. Do you know, I have a thing, like a wand thing that I think makes my... Oh, I have a regular screwdriver there. What the hell was it called? That, like, turns weapons magical. Say, I have the different types of wands, but it's not that. It was something that changed it into, yeah, it seems like it would be worth having. Come on. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. I know it's come up in the conversations in like the comment sections of these videos, but maybe I didn't actually have one. Basically, it's an attachment that makes any weapon you have mysticality based damage. Deals mysticality plus physical. How did it work? But anyways, there's a way I could have made my stuff better, and apparently I don't have that. I will smear this on there, and that should be added on top of. Wielding the flaming, smoldering, hefty, sharpened makeshift prison spatula. Smear the gooey bean on it. So now it's the beaned up, flaming, smoldering, hefty, sharpened, blah, 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 blah. So poison and physical. Yeah. So it adds all sorts of stuff. It's got a lot going on. And I wanted to actually see, have I had any potions? Oh, just maximum HP. But I also raised my HP by reading that book a lot, and I could continue to commit further to that if I wanted. So I think I'm actually going to eat the phase beam. This is a magical weapon, right? It is, yes. So that's what I want. Everything, phase beam. Yeah, I'm going to overwrite that one. You try to swallow the bean, but it just floats through your teeth and neck and into your stomach. Bean charged. The spectral bean you consumed has pushed you slightly out of alignment with reality. Spooky. I also am going to switch back over to books. Maximum HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I spent a ton of XP, but I wanted to give myself back what I had there. There we go. That's perfect. Now I'll leave it alone exactly where we needed to be. Oh, can I export again? It's been done. But the plaque is for the factory's 1909 Employee of the Year. That's me. This is a separate thing. I didn't just randomly think to do this. Another thing people pointed out in the comments. No, it isn't. You were 6 years old. Yes, it is. See? The Ford employee record. Fine, take it. Just because you have evidence doesn't mean I have to believe you. This is the awards you earned for being Employee of the Year at the Ford compound back when you were 6 years old, you big fake liar. I love the running joke of all that. It's amazing. All right, crossing off the Beanstorm, crossing off the plaque. 2 birds stoned at once. I next am going back to Crystal Dream Lake. I believe that's where I need to be. The Junkyard. So there's one specific thing that I missed at the Junkyard. Ooh, a junk mail that I can actually open now. I just have the one. I wasn't sure if I had a few that I've been failing to get around to. So I was told to skim around the foreground more than I previously had. Oh, that was my way back out. There's one pretty key thing. Oh, painting a fence. Apparently down here in the Junkyard, you can still choose to tidy one up. This is so relaxing, you can imagine, say, overworked executives paying to paint fences for a weekend. I think that's kind of making fun of the fact that people will pay for just, like, very simple experiences that are, like, work to most people. Yeah, I don't know where in the Junkyard to go looking, so I'm just gonna try and really push and poke around. And I was not told specifically where to go, so I'm kind of just trying. You've already translated this code. Yes, done that. I guess I can fish in the bathtub. Do you know what's one thing that I apparently never did, and I don't think is going to be worth my time to go back at length, because it would take me, I don't know, a full episode to do it. I think there would be a lot. The toilet's connected to some random rusty pipes. I believe, if I understood this recommendation correctly, if I equip a fishing rod, and, like, for whatever reason, if you just walk up to a pool of water, you can fish it without it equipped. With toilets, you have to equip it to fish in them, and so I just never did that. I just fully dunked it in there. Toilets usually don't have fezzes in them. This one has a wet fez. What kind of decadent society creates the conditions in which ordinary folks will just brazenly flush fezzes down toilets? So apparently I could have been dunking a fishing rod in every individual toilet that I came across, and I would have had, who knows, a dozen or more extra items. So it was interesting to have an opportunity to, like, confirm that and see exactly how that would sort of work. But it's a little bit of a shame. I actually did. Now it makes me wish that I had known that sooner. Probably could have found some fun and interesting things. I do not have the patience to re-go through the entire game, specifically just hunting for toilets. Not this time. All right, this might take me a hot second, so I'll just get back to you guys when I've found it. Tucked away in the absolute corner here, a beat-up toolbox. See what junk is in it? Wow, dangerous stuff. This must have been buried by some kind of degenerate criminal. We have the chunk of lead, spray on asbestos, safe and effective fireproofing in a convenient aerosol can, adds hot armor to your pants. Oh, I probably already have had that. And anarchist footwear, and anarchist hardware, whatever the hell it just said. That is not what I was looking for. Dang, I guess I have to keep poking around as thoroughly. Oh, a nasty book is half buried in the nasty ground here. Oh, it's like visibly right there, but it kind of looks like everything else. That's ridiculous that I found it 1 second after finding not the thing I was looking for. You rip the book out of the ground. Now you should go wash your hands. The Flora Fotidae. Being a record of royal botanist's voyage abroad, the HMS Cannibalism to catalog the world's stinkiest flowers. Grants an upgradable skill, Nostradamus, instead of Nostradamus. Naming your ship the Cannibalism. Amazing. Amazing stuff. But this is something I've been looking for, not directly, but indirectly for a very long time. Every time I find one of these books that boosts your elemental armor, and I've been lacking a stench armor one this whole time, apparently it's the one I missed it way back when. This catalog of the worst smelling flowers on Earth is considered the most nauseating book ever written, even before you get to the cannibalism chapters. Get sniffing. I mean, is it a scratch and sniff book? We're inhaling these smells directly off the pages? The bloated corpse flower, which I actually don't remember what the name of like the rotting meat flower is, but that like is a thing, is a nasty bit of olfactory business. I almost do not want to serve it with cottage cheese. But you know me. Are you just ragging on cottage cheese? I like cottage cheese, man. It gets a bad rap. Ugh, that certainly paints a picture. Nostradamus. Like a shield with little stench lines. There's nothing your nose doesn't know. This white flowering plant is not just deadly when consumed, it is also murder on the nose. I call it Lily of the Smell. Instead of Lily of the Valley, of the Smelly, Lily of the Valley, which is funny because I'm Grammy of the Valley. And so that weirdly ties into the name I gave myself. In hot July, fruit flies in a group of hundreds descend into the right belly of the largest Venus flytrap they can find and commence to make frantic love. In capital letters, truly one of the vilest orgies I have ever sniffed. I try to make an effort to not sniff orgies too much. Keep that closed. It can get a little rank. The rest of the book concerns the running aground of the HMS Cannibalism in Arctic ice and the descent of the crew into, you guessed it, into ice, into madness, into cannibalism? Fortunately or not, your humble botanist made an exhaustive effort to catalog all the associated smells. So we got a fair bit to read through there. And Stench Armor 11, I'll take it. Good enough. I feel I've wrapped that up now. That can have the cross off. This next one that I was told to follow up on, whoops, I actually thought I had finished. I'll be quite surprised actually if I left something here incomplete. I just have to hope that I'm heading to the correct house, because I'm kind of debating. Right, I knew there was something odd about that house, but it's not the one. I need the one that had all the random portals. Yes, so I collected the meteorite, and I thought I had talked to this guy about it after that. I valued the bug. Yeah, I did that. So that might have been a mistake. I'm pretty sure I did talk to him about the meteorite, and we discussed the fact that the house was kind of nicer with portals in it. Yeah, I think I wanted to follow up on that one just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that I did do that one. Something else I should have done while I was still at Crystal Dream Lake, because it's such a chore to have to go back. It's fine. I want to go back to the sandwich place. Sandwich Museum, I believe is the word I wanted. I want to go back in time, which luckily that is still where I left it, where I want it to be. And I'm actually looking for the young child. the guy who everyone refers to as being like a duty head, show Peter the rubbing of his grave. Yes, they're hanging around and chatting amicably. It's nice to see them all getting along. Hey, Peter, come here a sec. What do you want? I've got something to show you from the future. Like I'd care about anything you'd have to show me from your dumb, poor future. Oh, I think you'll be interested in this. You hold up the rubbing of his tombstone and waggle it in front of his face. Hello, I'm Peter's grave. Peter grabs the rubbing and stares at it. What? That's right, kid. Duty head, right there in your own gravestone. That's what happens when nobody respects you because you're an arrogant jerk to everybody all the time. But just destroy this kid. Just devastating. Absolutely going to question every decision he makes for the rest of his life while simultaneously anticipating the year and time of his death. We've poisoned his mind. But you're young and you've still got time to change. See what I'm saying? Gulp. Okay, fine. I'll try to be nicer to people. Work on the face first. That's going to be the first step. No one's going to think you're being nice if you're scowling at them the whole time. Your new pants look great. They're not gonna listen to you, man. Good boy. Look at him there. He's threatening to punch you. This lasagna is delicious. Thank you so much. Doesn't work out, man. That was it then. I've made him feel better about himself, or not really feel better, but hopefully be better. And now I'm actually, I assume that having done that, I will have once again changed something moving forward. But I don't really know what in this town would have been left to change. Oh, his graveyard, of course. I'll just go look at his gravestone. Peter Proctor, he was kind of a jerk, but he tried. Well, that's something at least. He tried. Everyone in his life kind of knew he was working directly against his nature on that one. So, grave rubbing, I'm crossing that one off as well. Most of the list crossed off at this point, actually. It wasn't a crazy amount of things. We're making great progress on it. I need to head to Barbara's hut. There was like one thing I missed there. Nuts to this swamp. Look, my best glad rags are turning into actual rags. These stockings are silk. Well, I guess now they're silt. Silk, now they're silt. Oh, haha, you're about as funny as a rubber crutch. Come on, if we keep moving, we'll be done here sooner. Nothing doing. I ain't moving from this spot till I've got a proper set of pin covers. She drops a nickel into a nearby payphone and talks into it urgently for a minute. How on earth did you find a payphone in the middle of a swamp? I phoned my pop. He's sending along a pair of his old fishing waders. That isn't what I asked you. Before long, a delivery boy arrives with the waders and hands them over to Molly with the tip of his cap. Where'd the phone come from? How did you find that address? Like a million questions. Very fashionable. You'll knock 'em dead at the dance hall. Laugh it up, Buster. If anyone I know gets a peep on me wearing these, you're the one I'm gonna knock dead. Savvy? Alright there, Mrs. Sparrow. There's a bath there. She looks so chill, you know? Looks like she's having a pretty good time. There's like one specific thing to grab here. Go deeper with the spooky armor. I believe I would have made it all the way to the end. But I'm gonna keep pushing in case what I missed here is downstairs. I do not recall. I believe that's incorrect. I think it was literally just it's like a bird bath that I can find here. I also know that I haven't done all of the companion vignettes, but that I think would take a while. I'm uncertain about that. I would have to swap out every companion, then explore every corner of the thing to find the different series of it's a lot. I'm just gonna be happy with the ones that I uncovered incidentally. And I feel pretty good about the fact that I already did like half of them, or however many. Small bird bath. I've never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds though. If you like it, you can have it. You really should have dumped the water out before you started carrying it around. And it's too late now. You're just going to be sloshing that thing around all day until we find somewhere to put it down. So that was the main thing from there, actually. Pretty straightforward. I also need to go to the Puckwudgies, which, maybe that was at Crystal Dream. Oh, that I went to the wrong thing. Puckwudgies, was that a while ago? There's like a village, the fairy lair. That's the one I'm looking for, I believe. I kind of already forget what it is that I'm going back to this location for. I wrote down Puckwudgie Village statue. I could not make out that word for the life of me. I'm seeing a bunch of nests. It seems like nothing to say there. I've searched every nest, I thought. Maybe this is a thing I did do? Maybe it's that weird statue that's like made out of twigs and stuff that would have been connected to that. I think, at least. I want to go back to my room, set the bird bath down, and Byron happily flies over to it and starts splashing around. That's great. And the Employee of the Year trophy plaque, whatever we want to call it, on the shelf. I think this thing is probably what came from the Puckwudgie area, so I think I've already done that one. Frolicking around, having a lovely time. I'm very happy to have done that for you, Byron, you sweet, sweet boy. And my plaque is on here now. So, polish the trophy. Adventurer of the Year. If you ask you, you're the best at everything, so why not this? Gain 10 extra experience from fights. I could have done that a while ago and had hundreds more experience to spend on the many, many stats that I've maxed out by a significant margin. I think I'm gonna explore alternate booze options. I have muscle mysticality and ranged attack bonuses, actually. That's pretty good, but I think we can do better. I actually did think that one of those... Alright, the mysticality and moxie. I'm going to start with that. I guess not. I thought there was something that could boost AP, and if I don't have that, then I think I'm going to leave it where it is. OB! I got the impression that the hobo vignette was specifically interesting, and so I do kind of want to play around with that one. I specifically know that one has come up in the comments numerous times, so it makes me think that maybe that's like just an especially fun one. Nah, you know what? The vignettes, they're fun, they're interesting, they flesh out the characters and the world a little bit. Why not? Why not do a little bit of a dedicated stretch here where I try to clean up any of those that I had missed previously? I'm gonna peek at like a walkthrough or Wikipedia or whatever to at least know where to start and just be able to get through them quickly rather than spending ages poking around these maps. And so next time, I got Obi here with me, and I'm just gonna run out and do his, and then we'll see. I don't know how many of them I've actually missed, so it may take me a little bit to figure that out, but I'm looking forward to it now that I've set myself down this path. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.